put up your hands if you need glasses to read a menu in a restaurant at night. Okay? Crazy. The menu is the main marketing document. It is written in a type which is so small that you can't read it. And the most important customers are my age, because we order the champagne, okay? We all need glasses. So the other day, I was staying in a hotel. In the morning, I walk into the shower, and I start having a shower. I suddenly realize I'm having a shower not with shampoo, but with hair gel and hair conditioner. Has anybody else had that problem? Put your hands up if you wait there. Listen, what happened? Why do they print the text so small that it is impossible for me to tell? You have had the same problem, sir. Yes, okay. Now, you know the reason. It's because the people who print these bottles, the people who design the menus, are 20 years old. Okay. So we have institutional blindness. My friends, we will talk about technology and digital and innovation, but the truth is that to create magic requires often very small things, and very small things make a huge difference between magic and a disaster. Okay, so we will divide the future into 6 pieces. They spell the word future, F-U-T-U-R-E. The first phase is fast, to do with the speed of change and events like Brexit or Trump or whatever. And of course, we will hear a lot more about agility. Yet, now I was listening to the panel, but here is the truth. Many digital trends are changing much more slowly than most bankers think. Okay? That's the truth. Let me prove it to you. Here is a man. Imagine that he had a car accident 18 years ago, and he has been unconscious, asleep for 18 years. But last week he woke up. And before he flew to Cyprus, he asked our friend, what is your name? Michael. He asked you, he said, please tell me, what have I missed? I have lost 18 years of my life. Tell me, what have I missed? How many revolutions in digital? How many banks went bankrupt? What happened to social media? What happened to the global economy? How long will it take you? Social media, yeah, well, actually, it's interesting. You see, you say, what social media 18 years ago? Actually, how long do you think it will take to explain the last 18 years? I think less than 2 hours. Hardly anything has changed in the world. In a way, in one way, even social media. In 1997, I remember, as a father, I went to my daughter's bedroom at midnight, and she was 16 years old, and I opened the door, I knocked, I opened the door, she's supposed to be asleep, and I could see that she had 16 different video calls running, each of them with a different human being in another country. She had 10 chat screens open, and she was running her life. I told her to go to bed. Okay, so social media was already there. Okay, in 1996, I had my first smartphone. It was made by Nokia. Anybody remember those? I had a Nokia 9110. It did email, mobile, web. It had a camera. It had Word, Excel, It ran my whole global business everywhere. 1996. So you say, my friend says, so what's happened to mobiles? I suppose a smartphone, my 9100, he says, I suppose they're now $25. And you say, no, it's still around $1,800 to buy. He said, I can't believe it. You say, and what about cash? He says, I see people are still using cash. This is crazy. We were talking at this conference 18 years ago about the end of cash. And you say, yes, it's true. But there are more rubles in pockets today in Russia than ever before. And so it goes on. And you know what? He says, I was listening to the music on the radio. Oh, people are still listening to the radio. In 1997, we thought radio stations would be finished. No one will listen to the radio in the car. It will all be online. Put your hand up if you have listened to a radio station in the last week. Oh my goodness. He said, I recognized most of the songs. He said, I turned up at the conference here in Cyprus. I didn't know what to wear. I had no time to go to the shop. I brought out my 20-year-old tie, my 18-year-old trousers, and I'm completely fashionable. The fashions have not changed. I'm just saying, I'm a futurist. But I tell you the truth, the future sometimes comes more slowly than we think. Now there's one word that will dominate banking more than anything else. More than economics, more than politics, more than technology. What is this word? I was late one day to do a rehearsal in a room like this. I was on the 44th floor waiting for a lift. Nothing happening. I was so stressed. I was tempted to actually touch that lift button more than once. Now, I know that you would never think of such a crazy thing. All right. Put your hands up if you thought about it. You didn't do it, but you did think about touching that lift button more than once. Put up your hands if you actually touched that lift button more than once. Come on. All right. Put up your hands if you speak to the lift. Come now. This is terrible. This is just the beginning. It gets worse. Put up your hands if you speak to your car in the winter to wake it up. Listen. What we have learned is the truth. The truth, my friends, about your digital future. The truth is, you are analytical, you are digital gurus, you are the global experts on technology trends. But under pressure, in less than 20 seconds, like me, you start to behave like completely mad people. Okay? So we understand the key to the future is not technology, it's something else. It's emotion. Emotion. It's the passions we have that decide whether social media works or not. You know, it's the passions we have that change the market. The emotional reaction to Brexit is much more important than Brexit itself. Correct? Put up your hands if you agree with me. The emotional reaction to events in Crimea are more important than what happened in Crimea. Put your hand up if you think that's true. Emotion drives history, and especially in banking, because emotion is linked to trust, and if you have no trust, you have no bank. In fact, trust is the number one thing that every bank and every retailer